All right, guys. So today I've got another occurrence of someone using thermals. We're going to show you near the end of the video exactly how we counter these thermal users. Mostly it's map knowledge. A lot of it is due to them not repositioning, right? In this game in Tarkov, if you are not, creating the ability to be an illusion to your opponent, i.e. flanking, moving constantly after shooting, the odds of you dying are very high, especially against someone who has good map knowledge and map awareness. With that being said, also in this video, we have people who ask me about budget weapons, armor, etc., etc. I am not a good player to ask that because I will always go with, budget to me is different than budget to you. A budget weapon that works well for me doesn't necessarily work as well for you as the other, another user. I've got almost 4,000 hours in Tarkov right now, and with the current weapon that I enjoy the most, which is the MDR, I have over 600 plus hours with. Right now, if you were to ask me what budget weapon and armor would you use, Rek, I would tell you, for me personally, a budget weapon at 300 million is going to be an MDR with M61, 5.6 mags, maybe an extra 40 to 80 loose rounds. Level 5 armor over level 6, because level 6 is the same as level 5 armor to me, right? Because most people who use armor piercing rounds are going to kill me in 2 to 3 shots. The reason I use level 5 over level 4 armor, guys, is because level 4 armor has a tendency of getting one shot by much more types of ammo. Budget to me is completely different than budget to everyone else. I play off of what's going to give me the ability to survive the most, and that's kind of why I have such a big stash. It's not just because I play a lot, it's also because I understand the game to a higher level than most players. So I don't want you guys to be discouraged. I want you to learn from the knowledge that I put out and whatever knowledge that you get from anyone else, and then add that to your toolbox and then destroy other players. Because the people who don't come out and search for actual information will never learn from how they die. They'll never grow, right? Same with me. If I can't look at how I die and not understand that what I did was wrong, I will never understand how to grow from that. I've died a lot in Tarkov, guys. My first wipe, I had probably a 24% survival rate. And then gradually, as the wipes progressed, I got better and better at the game. I started out just like all of you. I started out as a rat. And now I'm more of a honey badger. I've been a full Chad one whole wipe, and I didn't like that. I don't like dying over and over, just running to give people gear. So I play more strategically and tactically now, right? So with that being said, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Sorry for the long intro. Hopefully you didn't click off by the end of this. Hopefully you got something out of this, and hopefully you get something by the out of the video as well. With that being said, boys, we'll see you in the raid. One thing you're going to notice is you're going to take a short pause right here. We stop all movement to listen for any random movements that could be around us. And then we clear through after. This will increase your survival rate by a lot. At least 3 to 5%. Oh, we had an MP7? Bruh. You gotta use whatever gun is gonna work for you, bro. Like, I can't tell you what gun to use. Like, you need to figure out what guns you're comfortable with using, right? If I tell you, hey, use this gun, use that gun, it's not gonna help you get better at the game. That's not something that a content creator should tell you to do, right? I should never, ever go out of my way to be like, you need to use this gun, right? Because that is not the way. That is, 100% the wrong way to teach people how to play the game. You need to get comfortable with the guns that you use, because if you're not comfortable with the same guns that I use, you're not going to perform at the same level that I perform at. If you're getting smacked by PMCs, the reality is that you're doing something wrong, right? So you have to understand what you're doing wrong in order to prevent you from dying as much as you are to other players. Like, so for instance, when I died to the guy with the pistol and I re-peeked him, right? I understood that I made that mistake by re-peeking a pistoling, right? If I would not have re-peeked that guy with the pistol, I still would have lived and been able to keep going through that map, right? If I would have just approached it from a different angle. It's all about experience, right? If you don't understand what's happening to you and why you're dying, then you're not going to improve. Right? Like I can't tell you, hey, use this gun, use that gun, because that's not going to help you get better at the game. You have to understand how you're using the gun and if it is being used properly, right? So like, I'm using this gun. I know how to use it. I've got probably about 600, 700 hours with this gun. Whereas someone else who has, oh, boss cav to our right. Bro, if you're going to shoot at somebody, make sure it counts, dude. Alright. I don't think we're going to go that way. It's boss cav, right? Yeah, the boss cav. A lot of them. We're just going to push through. Also, like, I understand that's boss cav. And a player who just shot me in the chest. We got shot in the back by a player. So, we're going to fix that in a second. Everyone has to do that, though, man. You have to... This all is experience. Like, knowing what you should and shouldn't do comes from making mistakes, right? You're never going to get better by someone telling you, hey, do exactly this. That's not going to work. All right? You gotta start to play the game. Like, I can give you tips and tricks. I cannot tell you how to play the game, though. Right? That's not... It will never work. You're never going to get better at the game if someone's telling you what to do 100% of the time. Because you have to be able to think on your own, right? All right, they might have thermals, so let's just keep moving through. We're going to see if we can get Propital from this room. Yeah, exactly. What trash can's saying. Like, you would literally have to just play with the guns. Like, I understand the recoil on this gun because I play with it so much. I can play with this. This is a budget gun to me. So, like, believe it or not, like, I love this gun. This is a 200K gun. For me, this is my version of a budget gun. Right? This is a gun that I would use 100% of the time if I could. Oh man, there's a freaking shit ton of people over there. You gotta compare those stats on your own, bro. Exclamation ballistics, and look at what each weapon does for pen, right? Every weapon's good at something. An AKM is good at one thing, whereas a Ash 12 is good at another, right? How's our armor? Okay, they hit us with not. It wasn't too strong of a round, actually, to be honest. Night raids are worth doing if you're confident enough in your ability to run those maps with what you have, right? Like, I always go in fully kitted. I have night vision, you know? If you're not willing to use night vision, I wouldn't even do night raids. That's my thoughts, Strain. If you come into a map and you're not willing to use night vision, especially during a night raid, you're probably going to get pooped on by a guy like me who killed that MP7 guy you saw earlier. So, like, that guy didn't have NVGs. Even if I was in some sort of light, he's disadvantaged because as soon as I move away from the light, now he has to relocate and find me again, right? But yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing night raids, but you have to understand when you do night raids that there are going to be other people who have thermals. Like, I think I got shot from up there by someone with thermals. Yeah. 100%. Someone up top has thermals, most likely.
So the reason I'm saying that,
that's why you're hearing
the ricochets from the rounds. He hit the scab, but he didn't kill it.
Easiest way to kill people with thermals is by... See, that window's broken. We don't want to go near that one. That window is broken, so if we look out of it... See him? Thermal man down. See that? Understanding how to play the game is what saves you the most in this game, right? Do you think that guy expected me to shoot him through some glass? Probably not. Do I expect him to have buddies? Yes. So we're using the trees for cover, concealment. Yeah, there's a big difference in this game between shooting people, right, and actually having map knowledge, right? Yeah, thermals can be upwards. They're around 800K to 10 mil, depending on which ones you get. We're approaching with caution because we don't know if he's the only one, right? He's definitely dead. All right, do we just run up? What do you guys think? Just run up? We're listening for footsteps that could be up top. See? This is the guy who shot us from above. Easy. Yeah, he had thermals. See, once again, thermals don't mean when, guys. It's map knowledge. Oh boy. So, that's a funny name. Say that really fast, guys, and then tell me what you hear.